Where the hell am I? What year is it? Why the hell is there a camera in my face? Wow. Well, this feels different. What is up, guys? I'm Joshua Perez, and welcome back to Juice Talkies. If you're new here, I used to review movies back before the apocalypse and quarantine. And people killing each other over toilet paper, movie theaters closing down, zombie outbreak. What an adventure. What an adventure this whole thing has been. I think the last video I made, I was actually out in the Philippines, just doing a quick update video at the time, but I did manage to make it back alive. But no, in all seriousness, I think the last video I made, I was traveling, so I just wanted to give you guys an update at the time. I was in the Philippines and had a couple days after that in Japan as somewhat of an emergency early exit from the Philippines, so I just wouldn't get trapped out there. I was almost stuck out there for an entire month. We were actually looking at condos and just kind of preparing to live out there, basically. And a lot has changed since then, and it continues to change daily. So I was stuck out there for a little bit, couple weeks, had a couple days in Japan where I had an early exit from the Philippines. But fortunately, I was able to make it after several canceled flights. Several quarantines started to happen. It was a big lockdown in Manila. Fortunately, I was able to actually get out from Manila at the beginning of the trip, just after 2 days. And here I am now. It honestly sounded like a big blockbuster movie. It's definitely a kind of story that you tell your grandkids. And there I stood, my life flashed before my eyes. Little did I know everything would change. Everything would cease to be as I knew it. And then I tripped, and then I fell, and they handcuffed me. And they sent me away to some isolated prison on some random remote island. But then I escaped that prison too. Can't nobody contain me. But quarantine can. All hope lost, no way out, but I knew I had to survive. For myself, for my family, for my stimulus check. So a lot has changed in such a short amount of time, and it's been really difficult for a lot of us. So I'm just now getting back into the swing of things. So basically, I'm going to start talking about some Netflix films with theaters being closed down. It's going to be a bit of a challenge to see anything that's new, and most movies are being pushed back anyway. So I just figured I'd grab some hidden gems there on Netflix and just start talking about those for, next couple videos or when things start getting better. And the first movie I want to talk about is Birdshot. Birdshot is currently on Netflix. It's another movie directed by Mikhail, which if you're not familiar with him, I did review a movie called Eerie on my channel, which was by the same Filipino director, and this happens to actually be his second feature film. So Birdshot centers around a young girl named Maya. She's growing up in a village with her father and her grandmother, and her mother's passed away, and she's basically learning from her father how to survive, like how to fend for yourself and be independent. And one day she kind of wanders off into one of the sanctuaries where the Philippine eagle resides. If you know anything about the Philippine eagle, it's an endangered species, and she shoots and kills one of them, which is a big no-no and is severely punishable by law. And there's also a side story going on too with two officers and a rookie cop named Domingo, in which they're assigned a case to investigate a missing bus that was carrying a group of farmers that just suddenly disappeared, and now they have to try to figure out what happened to it. But there's a lot more going on under the surface than what appears to be. One of the things I really liked about this movie was the coming of age piece of it. It's not your typical coming of age story that we're accustomed to. It's not the girl next door type of thing, or, girl trying to hook up with a guy in high school, or how to talk to boy, blah, blah, blah. It seems very traditional and very old school, and I kind of like that. Like the real focus here was like trying to teach a young girl just how to survive, like how to be independent, and basically learning the stuff that you really need. None of that nonsense. Another thing worth mentioning too was the cinematography. I thought the cinematography was really good in this movie. You really got a sense of the land and the landscape. And I thought the natural beauty and landscape like translated really well in this movie as far as like where the movie was shot at. And something else that kind of blew me away too was the acting. Like, the performances from all the characters were outstanding, especially from the actress playing Maya. And from what I read, this was her first feature film role. So that boggles my mind because she was amazing in this movie. There were a lot of moments also where nothing was said, yet everything was said in facial expressions and just basically how she acted in the movie to kind of portray the feelings, what she was thinking, what she was going through, and you know, what she was basically gonna do. Also, the actors playing the two officers, especially Domingo, same thing. And there's a lot of tension building in the movie too, which made it more enjoyable, more entertaining for me. Plenty of moments to just kind of have you on the edge of your seat. Also, I thought the dynamic between the two officers, Domingo and Mendoza, was interesting. It kind of sets up what we're familiar with most buddy cop movies, where you have the one cop who's just kind of by the book on everything, and then you have the one that's just kind of questioning things that are happening, and so you have a little bit of a contrasting relationship, but it doesn't quite play out the way you might think. So I did kind of appreciate that, and it just goes to show like how corrupt the system was that they were working for. So all in all, Birdshot is a really good movie. It's definitely one you shouldn't miss, and I'm gonna give it groovy juice. It is definitely one you don't want to miss, and you've got no excuse. It's quarantine time. Quarantine! See it. Forget Netflix and chill. Netflix and quarantine. Chill too if you want. That's your business. But yeah, anyways, guys, forgive me if I'm a little off in my video. Still trying to get back into the swing of things. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that subscribe button, like, turn on notifications also, so that way you'll be notified when I post more videos. And you know, it's a tough time right now. You know, make sure you guys just stay safe. There's a lot of downtime with this whole quarantine situation, so watch movies, like read a book, learn Taibo. And it's basically a great time to, you know, catch up on movies that we haven't seen, you know, because that's kind of the whole point of film, is that it gives us that escape from reality. And, you know, with the current situation, no one wants to be reminded about what's going on or you know, stressed out about it. And, you know, we kind of need that escape. So films do that. So, you know, you guys stay safe, and let me know down in the comments below how you're dealing with this whole quarantine situation. You know, let me know what kind of activities you've been doing to keep yourself from going crazy. And remember to keep it groovy and wash your damn hands.